Recording in progress. We're recording.
That's it.
There?
Yes. Do you hear
You
any
get, your
background?
gloss, you get your gloss on, everything good?
I did. Do you hear background noise?
I do not.
I'm on Clubhouse and it's like 1 million people in the room and they call me up on stage. So I'm just going to sit there with my advertisement. You should do the same thing. So I'm on the stage and I have my little picture with advertising an event. So people will click on it and look at it while you're just sitting on stage. Okay.
Oh,
So
gotcha. Okay. All right. So we are with Erika Bell, beautiful girl on keto. Hi.
hey, Bronson.
Can you believe that it's been, I feel like it's been 2 weeks, right? Since we first met,
Yeah, because last
right?
week, yeah, it's been 2 weeks.
Because I feel like it was only a week ago. And then I was like, no, wait, it's been 2 weeks. Louisville was 2 weeks ago.
Feels like I've known you for 2 years.
Right.
Already.
Well, we've been in contact so much over the past 2 weeks. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's one of those things where I was telling somebody yesterday that I've been to some big events and you meet people. It's cool. It's fun. You know, it's nice to hang out and whatever. But that event was like going to church. Like you felt like you were hanging out with friends and family and everybody was there. And the momentum and the energy and everything is so much more coming out of an event with 100 people than any event I've been to that had 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 thousands of people.
I agree 100%.
Absolutely ridiculous.
It felt natural.
Yeah.
And, it was fellowshipping. So yeah, it felt like church.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit about you. You live in Orlando, right?
So I'm about 20 minutes from Orlando. I used to live in Windermere. I just recently moved to a small city called Davenport. So I'm right outside Orlando.
Okay. And you've been on the keto journey. You've been doing this for a while. You're a coach now. You've been helping people. You have your own channel on Instagram. You're on Clubhouse. Like you're doing a bunch of different things. Let's just, dig into how long have you been doing this? What got you started? And, kind of, we'll just go through the whole thing. Where are you now and what are you doing? So start, how'd you get started, right? That's the first thing. BGGK.
Grab your coffee. We're going to be a while. No. So let me start prior to keto. So I had been overweight upwards of about 13 years. My youngest son now is 16, and I started keto 3 years ago. But prior to that, I had been from his birth and forward. I was smaller my entire 9 months pregnant than I was following his birth and then the years to come. I was obese. I went from being a regular, an average size 14, 16 girl, and just with living with depression and anxiety and stress, like, half the world, I just used food for comfort. So let me start by saying, hi, my name is Erika. I'm a recovering carb addict. I'm a recovering emotional, stressful eater. I'm recovering. Keyword recovering, not recovered. Mm-hmm. So I'm still a work in progress. But prior to starting keto, I was just obese and I was trying to find a way out of my circumstances. And I stumbled across keto because I was talking with my doctor who finally said, okay, pushing 400 pounds, you can have gastric bypass. But in order for you to do it, you have to lose 30 pounds. Of course, I looked at my doctor like, I wouldn't be here if I could lose 30 pounds, bro. So he said, have at it. What was funny is I think he gave me like a 1100 carb diet. It had like oatmeal. It had, what's the little cakes, like rice cakes? Yeah. It was like the diet that he told me to have was horrible. Love him, he's been my doctor for some time, but yeah. So I was like, this is not gonna work. Stumbled across paleo first. I did that. It was okay. And then I switched to Whole30. Again, it was okay because I kind of felt like it was weaning me off carbs. Yeah. It was no, excuse me, not off carbs, garbage. Let me say that. Food-like items. Processed foods. Like fast forward 3 weeks later, I was online and I started reading about keto. And I'm like, oh, this one, I'm started clicking on, oh, she lost, oh, she lost, oh, she lost. So I started on keto. And 2.5 weeks in, I started seeing results and was like, okay. Fast
Mhm.
forward to 2 months later, I was down to 30 pounds and I no longer wanted surgery. I just wanted.
Yay.
So keto has been amazing. I started August 1st of 2018 and I
Okay.
have not looked back. I was able to lose over 100 pounds in 10 months. More importantly, I shed depression, anxiety, um, and I just feel like $1 million. I feel like I got 25 years back. I earned 25 years back, but by just eating whole, healthy foods.
Right. Okay. And what is, so this is something that you hear a lot. Um, I think if you went to any random person on the street and asked them to define keto, you will probably get just as many answers as people that you ask, right?
Right.
So when you say that you found keto, when you say that you've been following keto for 3 years, what does that mean? How would you describe that to somebody? What is your keto?
My keto is whole natural foods from the earth.
Okay.
If it is ever taken a breath, if it has a mother, if it grows from the earth, that's my keto. Um, I can give you the technical, 20 grams of carbs, 20, 25 protein, 70, 75 fat. I'm not going to do that. For me, it's whole foods.
Mhm.
I started following Dr. Eric Berg and Benazati, and what they were preaching was clean keto. Of course, I saw dirty keto, lazy keto, all that. I
Yeah.
know that I needed something structured, a little cleaner, and that's where I started, and that's what I did. I don't know what happened in my brain, Bronson. I have no idea because I was the girl who started the diet every Monday.
Okay.
I signature, prepare all weekend, get to work on Monday. Yeah, first meal, I'm on point, and by midday, I'm in the corner with a Kit Kat. I mean, that was my every that was my routine every week.
Yeah. Yeah.
But with starting keto, I don't know. Well, no, I know now. I know now. Carbs say more and more. Carbs say I want more. Carbs will drive you for more. Fat and protein says pause. We're good. We're straight. We
Mhm.
don't need it anymore. So along the process, my body just started adapting, and I was no longer craving. I could be in a room with cakes and cookies and donuts, and I was like, nah, I don't want that. I'm good. I have no idea. I still don't know what the phenomena is that happened in my brain, but it
Yeah.
turned on, and by the grace of God, it hasn't completely turned off. Um, Side eye completely, because I got happy. I lost over 100 pounds. I started feeling better than I had in 12 plus years, and just kind of got away from doing what I was doing to lose that weight initially. So
Okay. Sorry, I'm right. You're saying something. I'm writing a note down.
no worries.
Go back to it. So what would you say? You said that had started diets. You kind of every week you were starting something new. Like you start, you stop, you start, you stop. What was it? Well, I'll just go this way. Did you find that this is easier to follow than other diets that you tried?
Yes.
How come?
Because I adore shrimp. I adore I adore chicken. I adore, like, I was still able to have cheese and eggs and bacon and salad and broccoli and Brussels sprouts, and I could still eat food. Like,
Yeah.
I still have delicious, delectable meals. Like, with other lifestyles, I feel like I was restricted. I felt restricted, whether I was counting calories, or I never really was counting carbs, but I just always felt like what the doctor gave me. You can have oatmeal and rice cakes. Like, really?
Yeah.
Ugh. So with keto,
That
I could,
just doesn't even sound right.
yeah, and I could eat because I'm still a foodie. Yes, I was abusing the wrong foods, but I still enjoy food. Like, it takes me an hour to eat a good meal because I
Okay.
like food.
Yeah.
But the fact that I could just eat and still be healthy and watch myself feel better. I started keto because of weight loss. I stayed because of the way it made me feel. I've lost so much more than just the number on the scale. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah. What is I like that. You stayed because of the weight loss. you started for the weight loss and you stayed for the way it made you feel. Would you say that your energy is better?
Can I curse?
Yeah, go for it. Do it. Hey, say what you got to say.
Wait, let me ask. Hell yeah. I literally was a couch potato.
Okay.
I'm not okay. So I suffered from the 3 Ds: death, depression, divorce. So a part of what I was going through, I mentioned after I had my son, I was the largest I've ever been. My ex-husband and I are very good friends now, but I went through a really, really tumultuous time after I had my son. So we eventually split, then wound up divorcing. That was depressing in itself. No one gets married to get divorced. Um, Put on weight from that, went through some things. We got a divorce. Fast forward to 2017. I'm praying not to get emotional, but I lost my 22-year-old niece to diabetic complications.
Mm.
And that, I thought I was already depressed, but that floored me. So in terms of energy, I was a couch potato. I was literally the person that got up, went to work, 835 to 4,000 calories a day, came home, sat on the couch and vegged out.
Yeah.
Outside of helping my son with schoolwork, I just was not active
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
So I am like a rabbit.
Yeah, I was gonna say in the 2 weeks that I've known you, that is not, I never would have known. Like I never would have, the image that I have of you is someone who has the energy and attitude of someone who drinks like a gallon of coffee a day. Like
I would,
you're like everywhere. I love it.
but it's too. I need an assistant. It's bad, Jonathan. It's bad. Like I am like I'm always on go, which is a blessing. Um, I'm a million places, and
Yeah,
to keto, I was in one place, and that was on the couch
right,
doing.
right.
And now I'm overwhelmed with things. So, but again, I feel like I've earned 25 years back. I feel like, fast forward or rewind back to the girl that was happy and healthy. I
Mhm.
feel like I've regained that time. I've got that time back. I've earned it back with just taking better care of myself and putting my health first.
Gotcha. What are some things that you do? We got a lot of people that will probably watch this who are interested in keto or maybe are, trying it or doing it. And one of the questions that I hear all the time is it's too complicated. It's too complicated. It's not sustainable because you can't track macros for the rest of your life and blah, all these different things. I mean, you've been doing it for 3 years, right? How have you been successful at maintaining that way of eating and not letting it overwhelm you?
That's a great question. And I have to be honest. And I will tell you, I am transparent to a fault. So brace yourself. Brace yourself. So I have been consistently keto. I did lose 106 pounds. Then
Mhm.
I got happy, started taking photo shoots. I quit my job, started businesses, a whole bunch of things. Anything that you stick to, anything that you dedicate yourself to or commit to is
Mhm.
sustainable. Anything. So keto is absolutely sustainable if you're dedicated and you stick to it. And again, I believe that that's anything. If you start working out every day, which I'm going to be doing with you in the very near future, or at
We were
least
going to talk about that later.
yeah, look, at least 3 times a week, sustainable. You know what I mean? So for me, I will be honest. I've gotten away from. I've been like searching. Have you seen her? I've been looking for 2019 Erika because once I got to a place where I was happy, I'm engaged now. I found love. My children are doing well. My family is doing well. I'm happier than I've been in years. I kind of got a little lazy. I kind of got complacent and happy with
Mhm.
where I was.
Yeah.
And I stopped counting my macros. I added snacking, which is something that did not do for 10 months straight. I started being an influencer on Instagram. So my house, I had boxes coming in from everywhere. Here, try this, try this, try that. And I did. I tried everything. And I fell down that trap. And I've teetered with the same 20, 25 pounds for the last year and a half.
Yeah. Yeah,
I have gained some weight back. I'm kind of grateful that I've maintained at least, we can say, 80% of my weight loss.
sure.
Uh, but I've been working on taming the snack monster, as my girl Ada would say. And I know that when I do eat off plan, how it makes me feel. I
Right.
know that the inflammation comes crashing back. Like prior to keto, I've said this and I say this as a joke, but it's not funny. I thought I had gout. I didn't have gout. I had bread and pasta and potatoes and yeah, yeah, that's what I had. I didn't have gout. So the inflammation though, when I go to eating that way, it comes crashing back, and my body's like, we said we weren't going to do this again.
Yeah.
So staying the course is where the results are, not just weight results, but the way you feel, um, your health markers. So keto is absolutely sustainable if you stay committed and dedicated to it. And all it is eating whole, healthy foods. That's it.
Sure, sure, sure. What are some of the pitfalls that people fall into when you mentioned one, right? You got happy, you got complacent, you felt like, okay, I'm good. And then you kind of just let things go, right? So I definitely keeping an eye on, health isn't an end point. It's an ongoing thing. I think
Correct.
that's a mindset that really got to get people to understand is you can get healthier. You can also get more unhealthy again. So it doesn't just go one way. You got to keep pushing that needle forward.
It's like a
Um,
relationship. Like
yeah,
anything good, you have like anything that's good, you have to keep working at it. It's just like a relationship. So your relationship with your health, your relationship with your food, the relationship with, how your body feels, that's something that you have to continue working on. What I
mhm,
love about my body and all of us, your body talks to you. The second that you're doing something, and it's funny because for years I've done everything. I've taken Adipex, Fetamine, I've gotten acupuncture in my ear. I've done it all. I've lost, at the most, I've lost maybe 45, 50 pounds on other ways of living. But I've never, other than my younger years and when I was in college and stuff like that, I've never felt this good. And
mhm,
it's just because of the things that I was putting in my body. So it's things that
right.
I'm eliminating now, which is processed foods. So you
So,
eliminate the processed foods and you eat whole, natural, of the earth foods, period.
right. Proper human diet, right?
Dr. Berry.
Proper human
Yeah.
diet. So you just pointed out something that I think is really key that a lot of people need to understand. And this isn't the first time that we'll probably either of us will talk about this or say it, but I don't think it can be oversaid. You can lose weight a million different ways. You can lose body fat a million different ways. There are very few ways where you can lose body fat and improve your health while feeling good the entire time,
And ding, 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 ding. That's
right?
why keto is sustainable,
Yeah.
because you're not somewhere in a corner like, God damn it, I want some salmon. I want it now. Or like, it's like honestly, what I love about keto is prior to eating keto, I could eat forget about the sleeve of Oreos. I could eat the whole damn container. Now when I have an Oreo, it tastes like cardboard.
Yeah.
Now when I have a strawberry, it tastes like a damn sweet tart. Like the difference, it's like a aha moment. It's like, ah, like
Yeah.
this stuff that I've been eating, this fake processed foods that oh my God, I think it's called the zebra cake. I used to eat zebra cakes every day. I would have like three, four. I used to eat it all. Now I've tasted a zebra cake and like, bleh, bleh, like it's
It tastes
disgusting.
like plastic, right? It's like fake and just, ugh.
Not food,
Yeah.
but give me some strawberries and some blackberries and some blueberries. Like, but who knew? Who knew? And what's funny, and I'll just be honest and address the elephant in the room, not literally, but I was pushing 400 pounds. I saw myself on the next episode of my 600-pound life. Like Dr. Now was my best friend. I was looking at that Dr. Now like, okay, Dr. Now, I will, yes, I will listen. I will, you know what I mean? And pushing almost 400 pounds, being a size 26, 28, it was like, what's the next size from here, Erika? Like,
Yeah.
what's
Wow.
and I was able to get down to a 14, which is a blessing. I'm back into a 16. But again, 3 years ago, all I wanted to do was lose 30 pounds so that I can get gastric surgery. That
Right.
was how minimum, that was what I needed at the time. I was like, all I want to do is lose 30 pounds.
Mhm.
To think that not only losing the weight, I thought that everything else that was going on in my life was because of the weight. No, what I was doing to myself was causing the weight. The weight
Yes.
was an after effect of everything that I was doing. And again, are the Oreos bad? I'm sorry. Yes, I'm never going to co-sign an Oreo. Sorry, I don't know who's going to watch this. It's not food, but
It's
it's
not.
a relationship with food. It's my relationship. I could have had one Oreo and left it alone, but no, it's the relationship with food.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah. I was
have,
actually, yeah, I was actually going to ask you, how was your relationship with food changed?
okay, so I mentioned that I was a couch potato.
Mhm.
I had to learn along this process that I had to, number one, I had to learn to sit in my emotions. So if I got upset, if I was depressed, if I was mad, if I was happy, no matter what it was, I went to food. Oh my God, I just got paid. Let's go out to eat. You know, anything. Somebody called me and somebody said, "Oh, such and such was talking about you. I'm pissed. I'm going to the refrigerator to eat." Like I ate for everything. So
Yeah.
now I learned to sit in my emotions, whatever that is, sit in my emotion, but I've also learned to replace that action with another activity. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't still have those reactions because remember, I'm recovering. I'm not recovered. So I'm in the kitchen right now, as a matter of fact, dining room, living room, kitchen, all the above. So right now, as soon as I got on with you, I was a little nervous. So I'm like, what am I going to do? But guess what? I reached for the spring water. In the
There you
past,
go.
I would have reached for Sprite or, or I'm not going to drop names, but apple juice or, yeah, exactly.
Do you like, do you like sparkling water?
I do.
You got to get a soda stream.
Oh, I don't have that. I don't have
You
that.
got to get a soda stream.
Oh,
You make your own carbonated water.
I, what do you think about Perrier? What do you think about,
Why spend the money?
you're right. Oh, you're right. Because
You can
everything,
save, you can get your own thing. You make like 60 bottles out of one canister. These are
really?
liter bottles. I do like 3 liters a day.
Flavor them?
I put element in them.
So I'm not trying to name drop. I don't get $1 from them, but that's what's in my water.
There you
I
go.
don't
Yeah. No,
$1
so I,
Ultima, but
yeah, so I do element electrolyte powder in a liter of soda stream, and I do 3 of those a day, 3 or 4 of those a day.
I'm gonna have to look into that. Absolutely, I heard you say
Amazing.
that on Clubhouse. Yeah, and I'm down now. What I used to do too was a bunch of bottles, and now I just buy the whole gallon. And this is my. I'll be lying to you if I tell you I do this in a day. That would be a lie.
You know what you should do? You should get a moonshine bottle, put your water in that, and then everybody think you're drinking moonshine all
I
day.
can't drink liquor. So that's another thing. I have underlying health issues. I almost died in 2008 and 2011, and that contributes to a lot of my anxiety. I had pulmonary embolism, was in the
Okay.
hospital for 3 weeks. They were like, you gotta lay flat. If this transfers, I had blood clots in my lungs. If it transfers to your brain, you're gonna die. That's what they tell you in the hospital. It's
Yeah.
like, really? So I'm in the hospital for 3 weeks, like, Lord, please don't let these travel to my brain. So I developed a lot of health anxiety. And then I was on blood thinners for years. No, I'm lying. I was on blood thinners for 8, 9, 10, 3 years. And then the doctor said, you can come off of the blood thinners. You don't have any disorders. We don't find anything wrong. We don't know why you have clots. You're good. Uh, Fast forward, maybe 3 months later, I'm at work and I'm like, I can't breathe. Same thing happened again, 2011. This time it was worse. Multiple clots in my lungs. Woo! And back on blood thinners. So we still haven't determined why my blood clots, because even after testing and even on blood thinners, and I still have, the clotting issues. So that's another reason why I have 150% enjoyed this last 3 years because, well, we all know tomorrow's not promised.
Yeah.
God forbid I have another situation. I don't know if I'm going to survive it. But guess what? In the meantime, in between time, she's going to enjoy life and she's going to feel good and try to prevent whatever it is that's going on in my body. So my health is important because I have children that need their mommy, but there's still things that I want to see and do and accomplish and so
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. It's a good reminder to set the example. It's to live your life the best you can every day, but also to set the example for those that you leave behind, right?
You got to pay it forward. You got to pay it forward. That's one of the reasons why when you talked about me being a coach, I use the word coach very loosely. I like to say mentor. I would like to I would call myself a cheerleader. Like I started at 48. I'm 51 years old.
Mhm.
And, the only way I thought I could lose weight was with surgery. So I want to be the voice to the middle-aged woman, the younger woman, the older woman to say, baby girl, you don't have to live like this and you can do it naturally. If you have to go that route, fine. But there are things that you can do naturally.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What are the things that when you do talk to people, because it's funny that you mentioned earlier that, being overweight and the way your health wasn't the problem. It was a symptom of the problem,
Correct.
right? I literally today just posted about, were you stalking me on Instagram or something today?
Oh, I should
I
be.
literally today just posted something about how it's, fat is the symptom. And I have more to talk about it tomorrow. I have another post I'm planning tomorrow. Fat is the symptom of the problem. You're not sick because you have too much fat. You have too much fat because you're sick. It's the health that's the problem. So
And a lot of it, not
yeah,
everyone, but a lot of it we have to be accountable for. And I used to be offended when I heard the word fat. I used to be so offended. When I say offended, when people used to say fat to me, like, well, she's fat and or you were fat, I used to be like, I'm not gonna curse. Um, I'm overweight, I'm not fat. Like I used to be offended by it.
yeah,
Uh, and the reality is, for me, I can't speak for anyone else. I was creating this problem. I created this problem.
mhm.
I created this problem with my actions. I can't make an excuse for anyone else or why, or I can blame, I can blame our society because we're pushed all of this, anyway, that'll be a whole nother,
No,
that'll
let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
be another hour.
Yeah,
Okay.
because that's always a big thing, right? It's not their fault. It's society's fault. It's the food industry's fault. It's they design food so that it's hyper palatable and hypercaloric, like all of these things, right? And that stuff is all true. But here's the thing. All of that may have contributed to what you knew and how you acted and the things that developed along your life, the environment you were in, your family history, environment, all that kind of stuff. But once you become aware and you have the knowledge to fix it, then it's on you. From that point forward, you can't blame anybody else for where you're at.
Once you know better, you do better.
Right.
And even at even knowing better, like the whole time I was sitting there eating Oreos, like Erica, you know damn well you shouldn't be eating these damn Oreos. I knew it, but I knew that it made me feel better.
Yeah.
Some people smoke, some people drink,
Yep.
some people smash. There are things that people do to make them feel better. Eating was mine.
Yeah.
And it was eating the wrong foods. Like I'm not the girl that was, you would see me and think, oh, she's such a big girl. It's not soul food. It's not meatloaf. It's not collard greens and macaroni and cheese. It was cookies and cakes and donuts and chips. And I call it garbage.
Yeah.
It's not food. It's food-like items. It's not, it's food-like. But
Yeah.
that's why I was
Ish.
making myself, it's foodish. That's why I was
Yeah.
making myself unhealthy. But
Yeah.
now I'm maintaining this weight. I am happy. I am healthy. I feel amazing. If I were to, Lord forbid, something were to happen to me tomorrow, it was already written. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I feel better. My markers are better, whatever the case may be. But I'm enjoying lobster and crab and steak. Well, I'm lying. I don't like steak. I like cheesesteak.
Wait. How did I not know this? Well, I'm sure we talked about all kinds of stuff the last. You don't like steak?
I can't chew it. Like
Oh, you
any
got to have okay. So we got to get you a good steak.
remember we were at Fogo de Chao and Torian was Judy's husband was making me, not making me, that's a lie too. I'm sorry, I tell fibs every That's a lie. He didn't make me do it. He was like, you got to try it medium rare. Because I tried it. I think he said, have ribeye. So they kept bringing meats. And I was like, nope, don't like it. Nope, don't like it. And he was like, you have to try the ribeye. So I was like, can you bring me the ribeye? Had the ribeye. The problem was I prefer it, well done. And that's a problem because you're cooking all the
Oh,
nutrients.
well, yeah, any meat well done is going to be hard to chew. Wait,
So
okay.
for like 5 minutes, I'm over it. Like I can't swallow it. I'm done. Like
Yeah.
that's much work. And then I went to then he said, try it medium rare. So fine, let's try it medium rare. Just learned that that's not blood. Jonathan was just, the keto road was just telling me it's not blood, yada, yada, yada. And fast forward, I tried the medium rare and I'm 5 minutes in. Why am I still chewing? I can't do this. I'm ready to, I can't. I can't. I know that
That's funny. Do you do ground beef? You eat hamburgers?
No, I'll eat burgers. Yes, absolutely. I
Okay.
love Taco Tuesday. I love Taco Tuesday. I can do burgers.
Okay, so it's not beef in general, just cuts of steak. You're like,
I can't.
interesting.
I can't chew for 5
Yeah.
minutes.
Have you? Okay, so here's another one. Do you like seafood?
I love seafood.
Do you like raw tuna?
I like tuna, not raw.
Okay, have you ever had seared tuna?
I don't think so.
Try seared tuna.
I have not had seared tuna.
Try seared tuna.
Seared?
Most seared tuna, if you can get them to do it without sesame seeds, that's fine. But a couple slices of seared tuna with sesame seeds in there.
For me, that's good. That's high in protein.
Oh yeah, it's lean protein. Tuna, absolutely, it's great.
Okay, so
If you can do seared tuna and get to like that, then you're a step away. Not even you're half a step away from raw tuna. And raw tuna it's the best. It's like the butter of meat. It's amazing.
Really. Okay.
Fantastic.
I can do seared tuna. I can do that. I could probably do it myself too.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So we talked about your relationship with food. We talked about that is a symptom. And I want to say that because as we were talking about that, I don't want anyone to listen to that and think like we're saying this is all your fault. Right? We understand everyone has a different story. Everyone's coming from a different place, and there is a lot of bad information out there. There is a lot of things that we are just not taught and we don't know. And then we find ourselves in this cycle of do this, it's not working. Do that, it's not working. Do this, it's not working, right? And until we get the right information, until we find that thing that works, we're stuck. So there's no judgment, right? We're not saying that this is on you and you're this way because you messed up and it's your fault. And
I want to introduce, if I can, real quick with here,
yeah,
because depression is real.
Yep.
Things that cause stress and anxiety, that's not made up, it's real. And understanding that it's our action, everything that you're going through and you're feeling is real. And I did not snap out of this overnight. So it's
absolutely.
easy to sit here now and 3 years later saying, I feel better than I have all my life. No, that's the reason why I remind everyone that I talk to every time I open my mouth that I suffered from the 3Ds, death, depression, and divorce. And that floored me. And I self-medicated with food.
Right.
It's real. So it's just a matter of being able to work on your mindset as your mentor. If you ever work with me, anybody out there, I talk 70% about mindset and 30% about the food. We know what we should and shouldn't eat. We do. You know what I mean? It's about mindset. Going back to me and you working out. I got to get my mind right. But anyway, that's a whole nother subject.
Let's talk about the physical aspect because there's some physical things that you dealt with, obviously with the embolisms. You said you got some knee things.
Oh my goodness.
Right. So you actually had, and this is, I loved the look on your face and hearing about your walk in Kentucky. So tell me a little bit about that and what that was all about.
Now you're gonna make me cry. See, and another thing, and I've said this before, I'm a character, so I don't cry. I shed gangster water because I'm a G. I'm from Jersey, like I'm the original B girl. I'm the big earrings, the belt buckles, the Run DMC. You know, that's
I want
me.
pictures. I want pictures.
That's me. So I'm like the original B girl. So I don't cry. I shed gangster water, but I have never been so emotional. Like my tears previously was from sadness and depression. My tears now are from, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. So another reason why I needed to have, what I thought I needed to have surgery was because I needed to have also a double knee replacement.
Mhm.
So I could not walk, Bronson. Like I could, if I, oh, I'm not even joking. So I don't have cartilage in either one of my knees, and I'm sure it's come from being overweight, but I also have some arthritis issues. So I don't have cartilage in my knees. And coming from the girl that was on a couch every day with Oreos, to being able to walk over the bridge with my girl Autumn and the rest of the crew. Um, Again, I was the girl in Target that you ride by like, why the hell is she on that damn scooter with her kids walking behind her? She need to get up and walk. I was the girl on the scooter in Target. So to be able to, that's another one of the things I say. I couldn't walk 5 minutes, and now I can walk 5 miles. It's one thing to be able to walk a straight, path, but to walk on an incline is something totally different. To walk on that bridge, it's all symbolism for me, and I'm not gonna. It just, when you are depressed and when you are in a place of hopelessness, you can't see tomorrow. You can't see what's next. So
Yeah.
to be able to experience the things that I'm experiencing in Kentucky, I walked state to state up the bridge and over the bridge. But last weekend, I just climbed a mountain. I walked on a straight incline, a mile in the sky. And I walked Stairway to Heaven. No, I literally walked towards heaven. And I had a great conversation with my baby girl, my niece, when I got up there. But I'm accomplishing things that I never thought I would do again, ever. I was an athlete. I played basketball in high school, and all my life I was a tomboy and, very athletic, and all that comes crashing back. I've been riding my bike 20 miles. It's just been amazing.
Woo!
And yes, yes, yes. For the girl who does not have cartilage in my knees. So the Kentucky was amazing. And it was amazing because I also got to meet you.
So let's talk about what's next for you, your phase two, right? We're talking about fitness. We've talked about getting you into the app and getting some programming so you can have some workouts to do. What is your mindset around that and getting something going? Like why?
So I have been fighting the exercise monster. I call it a monster because it's just like, oh my God, I don't want to do that. Um, I don't know why. Because when I do it, I feel amazing. That's the crazy part. It's like church. Like, I don't want to go to church today. When you get there, you're like, Lord, how could I want to be anywhere else? You know
Right.
what I mean? Like, so exercise is the same way. It's like, I don't want to do it. And then when you're doing it, you're like, oh crap, I feel amazing. And I want to do this every day. I have lost a lot of weight, but I now have, my arms are my worst. Um, I'm not going to say worse because I've embraced
Beautiful.
it. I did that.
Beautiful.
My arms are beautiful. This is the result of weight loss and where I've been. So I have some weight loss scars and I need to embrace them, but I have some loose skin on my thighs, on my arms, and my belly. Not a whole bunch,
Mhm.
but I know, and in hindsight, I will tell anyone, work out through the process. Don't wait till you're done. Because had I been lifting weights, had I been working physically on my body through the whole thing, I don't think that I would have as much loose skin. I know I would have some, but I regret not working out, especially with weights, throughout my journey.
Mhm.
So now it's like, okay, Erika, I've learned that it's not toning that I need to do. And with you and listening to you, it's not about weight loss; it's about muscle gain, right? That's what you're teaching. So I am looking forward to working with you. I'm so excited that we connected because we're about to do big things. If you can get me doing what I think that I'm capable of doing, anything you believe you can do, you can do. So I have to start talking positively about
Mhm.
working out as well. So
Mhm.
if you can get me to doing what I
I
know
can't.
I'm capable of doing,
I
no,
can't.
not you. I've got to do it. I've got to do it. Look, woos. No, no. No, but I'm ready. I'm ready. I just have to stop making excuses because that's all it is. I've
Yeah.
been making excuses and I'm over it. Like I'm over it.
What excuses? Because this is a good topic. I love talking to people about. What are the excuses you've been making to yourself?
Well, before it was I didn't want to go to the gym because of COVID.
Okay.
That was all last year. But I don't know if you can see. I've got nothing but air and opportunity. I can get right in my living room. We're remodeling, so there's some things that we need to get in the living room, but right now it's wide open.
Right.
Um, I already have the mat. I bought everything. I even bought the cute workout gear. I psyched myself up. I went to Old Navy. I spent like $100 at Old Navy. Like, I'm gonna get cute. I'm gonna get the half tops, and I'm gonna be.
Yeah.
I have everything. I've got the weights. I've got the dumbbells. Eh.
So you looked at have you downloaded the app and put it on your phone yet?
So what had happened was I did
What
everything.
had happened was
I have everything. I even got the email. I have the app. I there's no excuse. I have no excuses. I can't I can say, oh, I'm so busy, and all true, but anything you want, you make time for.
so do
Anything
this.
you want to commit to, you make time
Yep.
for.
What's your plan? What are you doing tomorrow?
Cleaning the garage.
Okay, before you clean the garage, log into the app,
Yes,
make
sir.
sure it's set up. Just look at Friday's workout, last Friday. Okay. Yesterday's. Look at yesterday's workout.
Right, because I'm a beginner.
Yep. Just look at yesterday's workout. Just do the warm-up
Okay.
before you start cleaning the garage.
What if I do it now? What if I do it when I get off?
Do it now.
I got my leggings on.
Just do the warm-up. Just do the warm-up. Don't worry about, I've got all this stuff I got to figure out. I got to do this whole thing. What's the movement? Look at the videos, read the like just the first thing that says warm-up. It should take you maybe 10 minutes.
I'm going to do it tonight. You know why?
Just do that.
I'm going to do it tonight. One of the things that I do talk to when I do speak to women about when they're going to get started on keto, the first thing, oh, I'm going to start on Sunday, or I'll start on Thursday. I'll be like, why can't you start right now? So I'm going to apply with you the same thing I would apply to them and say, there's no excuse why I can't. Again, nothing but air and opportunity. I've got my mat right there. If I walked over there, I can show you where the mat is. It's right behind the couch. It's right there. There's no excuse. So does the warm up involve weights?
Nope. You got the beginner workout, body weight. You don't need any weights.
So then there's what's the excuse?
None.
None.
All right, so you can do that tonight. So
I'm pinky swearing through this.
Pinky swear.
I'm gonna do it. There's no
awesome, Erika. If there's anything that you want to leave for anybody watching this, what is one message about this journey, or one thing that you've learned in your journey that you want to make sure that other people know?
Now I'm gonna get emotional again. Choose you. Choose you, choose you, choose you, choose you. You will be a better parent. You will be a better wife. You will be a better employee, a better boss. You will be a better everything when you choose you. I poured into everyone. I love my children. They are the love of my life and the reason why I exist outside of myself now. My oldest son is a professional athlete. Poured, and never poured into me. Never poured into me. Poured into my marriage, poured into my ex-husband, pouring into my new relationship, pouring into my children. But guess what? Now I'm finally pouring into me. And I've never been happier. So the advice, I know it sounds really cliche, but choose you. Put you first. You matter. How can you expect other people to love you the way you want to be loved when you don't love yourself? Fall in love with the girl or the man, or the young man, the woman in the mirror. Choose you and love you where you are. Because if you don't love yourself where you are, you'll never get to where you're going. So start now and choose you. That's my advice. Choose you.
Awesome. You are definitely a beautiful girl gone keto, Erika. I'm so happy that I got to meet you, and looking forward to, are you going to be at Friendsgiving?
I am.
All right, I'll see you there. Are you going to be at Vegas too, right?
I'm going to be homeless because my mister is looking at me like, you travel one more place. Yes. So, and I call him my mister. It's my fiance. His name is Rohan. But
is he watching? Is he there right now? Is he there?
No, he actually stepped out. That's why I was hoping.
Oh, I was going to say, if you tell him to come around the other side of the camera.
When you see him, you're going to be like, wait a minute. Yeah, he's fit. He's been very supportive, very. In the beginning, he was like, what are you doing? But very supportive now. And yes, so I will be in Tennessee. I will be in Vegas. Okay. And I'm having my own event.
Oh, cool.
on November 6th. It's in Orlando. It's one day, 2 to 7, November 6th. It is called Champions for Health Part 2.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And it's an intimate keto conversation. So I've got 4 other women joining me. I've got a doctor, I've got a therapist, I've got physical therapist. I've got some great people joining me on November 6th. So for
Awesome.
more information, you can go to beautifulgirlgrindketo.com. And for a long time, you mentioned beautiful girl. A long time I did not feel beautiful. You for a very long time. So I want people to know that the beauty is from what's within. The,
Mhm.
the beauty within. Find the beauty within. So yeah.
Awesome. Where can people find you besides beautifulgirlgoneketo.com? Where is it the same thing on all the social medias and everything?
Yes, it's the same thing. Keto Saved My Life is on Clubhouse. So I'm trying to really pay it forward there on Clubhouse. That is called
Mhm.
Keto Saved My Life. We have a room every morning at 7 to 8, Monday through Thursday.
Okay.
It's a phenomenal space, all things keto, health, and wellness. And I also have my own cosmetic lip line. It's called Bronze Diamonds. You can check me out on bronzediamonds.com as well.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you very much, Eric, for being on. This is going to be amazing. And I can't wait to do more stuff with you. And I'll see you in Memphis and in Vegas.
Yes, sir. Let's do it. Let's get it. Thank you.
Now, if I can figure out how to turn off recording.